The most important elements in implementing ICT management frameworks are top management sponsorship and clear responsibilities. It is critical that risk management initiatives are backed by top management.
Today, I have the pleasure to welcome in the studio Lars Weber, who is Head of Non-Financial Risk Management at Spuerkeess, and Matthieu Duponchel, who is Partner at Forvis Mazars, Luxembourg. Today, we will discuss three main topics related to DORA, the Digital Operational Resilience Act. We'll talk about the impact on financial and insurance institutions. We'll talk about new requirements related to resilience testing. And we'll talk about insights into implementation strategies for ICT risk management. So let's start with the impact of DORA on financial and insurance institutions in Luxembourg. First question for you both. What do you see as the most significant changes that DORA is bringing to financial and insurance institutions in terms of operational excellence?
Well, if I may start, in my opinion, DORA, by being very clear on the management responsibilities, brings operational resilience on the top of the agendas of executive committees and board of directors. In consequence, the management body supporting the implementation of DORA will boost a lot of initiatives that have been considered until now as being important but not as mission critical. So another significant change in is the standardization of approaches, which will allow the financial institutions to have easier benchmarking information.
Matthieu, comment about this?
The biggest change DORA brings is making sure financial institutions and insurance are very strong against cyber threats. It requires them to follow strict rules to protect their ICT systems. Earlier circular that are produced by CSSF tell the institutions that are licensed as PFS, so professional of financial sector, to have strong ICT and security risk management. Now, not only PFS, but other financial and insurance institutions also need to be ready to handle and recover from any ICT problem quickly.
Very good. And can you discuss any specific challenges that financial institutions in Luxembourg might face as they work to comply with DORA, Lars?
Yes. Well, the biggest challenge that financial institutions face today is the sheer size of all the DORA requirements. You have to be aware that you have only a limited amount of time to be compliant, and there are still some RTS standards pending. So you shouldn't forget that all these work has to be done in the upcoming months, and that all your employees that are currently implementing DORA requirements also have to do their business as usual work. So a lot of production activity has to be assured while implementing DORA changes. So this is quite a challenge.
And it can be a distraction to your daily work, I can imagine.
Yes, that's on top of your daily work.
Absolutely. Okay, so next question. How do you think DORA will influence the competitive landscape within the financial sector?
Well, from a competitive perspective, I do not expect to have DORA make a really big difference for the major players in the financial sector. You have to be aware of the fact that this is applicable for the financial sector, but there are other sectors as well. And in the end, everybody will have to be aligned, and the same rules apply to everybody. So if you have some lack in being compliant with the applicable laws today and the applicable circulars as of today, then you will have a lot of work to do, and this will be very challenging. But if you have been keeping up with the pace of all the regulatory requirements, I think your starting point is good, but still you have to assure that you really get everything done by January 25.
Yes, we're almost running out of time. 6 months is really a short period of time when we talk about IT and this kind of challenges. What about you, Matthieu?
Probably DORA will change the competitive landscape by raising the standard of digital securities. Institutions that quickly follow these new rules will have an advantage because they will be more trusted by clients and regulators. Strong ICT systems and governance can make a big difference. Those who invest in better security and resilience may attract more business.
Very good. And if we move now to the next topic, which is operational resilience testing, how are financial and insurance institutions adapting to DORA's requirements?
Well, again, I tend to say that every major player in the financial sector will already have tested a lot its operational resilience in the last years. Therefore, we shouldn't expect DORA to be a total game changer for these players in this regard. However, again, as I said before, this is not applicable to every sector and every company in every sector. So for some players, there will be a lot of new initiatives to be implemented and also to cover a much larger gap than it is the case for players that have already done this in a different but similar form in the past. So again, it depends on where you are starting from, and in this regard, if you have done your homework in the past, it will not be a game changer now.
Okay. And Matthieu?
Yeah. Financial and insurance institutions are adapting by doing regular and thorough tests on their ICT system. This includes checking for vulnerabilities and doing penetration testing that required by DORA, and these tests help find and fix weaknesses to keep systems safe. Insurance companies are also doing these tests as per the best practices. However, it becomes a requirement now with DORA. Therefore, it will need more attention and investment.
Perfect. And what best practices can you share for conducting effective digital operational resilience testing?
Well, I think that you have to distinguish between two types of testing. The first is a permanent testing in the background, like for example, technical vulnerability scanning, where you just have to complete this check at a daily basis, and therefore my recommendation would be clearly to automate as much as possible, because this can run in the background, and this will lead us to the second type of testing where the exercise cannot be automated, and you have to have much more reflection, much more thinking about what could be improved, what could be done to better protect your company. And I think this kind of testing strategy should allow you to have the automated part running in the background without much attention, and then you can focus on your priorities and really drill down on the tabletop exercises, and then you can have a much more added value from these exercises.
Very good.
Yeah.
Matthieu?
Totally agree. Best practice for effective testing include regular testing, using automated tools, and staying updated on the latest threats. The best practice include having a flexible testing plan that evolves with new threats and is aligned with criticality of the application. Working with third party, for example, and participating in industry exercise also improve testing effectiveness.
And still with you, Matthieu, in your opinion, how will these enhanced testing requirements improve the overall security posture of insurance institutions?
Yeah. Enhanced testing will make insurance institutions much safer by finding and fixing vulnerabilities before they can be exploited. Regular testing helps insurers stay ahead of potential items and threats. It helps to have proactive measures. By following this testing procedure, institutions can better protect their critical assets and ensure continuous operation.
So let's finish with insights related to implementation strategies for ICT risk management. So, gentlemen, what have been the most effective strategies so far?
Well, Jérôme, the most important elements in implementing ICT management frameworks are top management sponsorship and clear responsibilities. It is critical that risk management initiatives are backed by top management. Another crucial element will be clear definition of roles and responsibilities between risk management teams and IT teams. Once you have these two elements, you can start setting up risk management processes that will eventually allow the company to have a mature risk management function relying on a modern risk management framework.
In addition, effective strategy include having a clear ICT risk management policy following best practice from CSSF, for example, Circular 2750 or ISO standards, and getting strong support from top management. Using advanced technologies for threat detection and regularly training staff are also very effective. For following ISO standard for ICT risk management, it will help a lot to align with DORA.
And can you describe any common pitfalls or challenges that banks or insurers encounter when implementing ICT risk management practices?
Well, among the many possible pitfalls and challenges that you face, a few stand out by their potential impact. The first one being the lack of risk culture at different levels. So you have to make sure that all the stakeholders, from operational IT guys up to the board of directors, understand why and how risk management can help the company to improve security posture and resilience. Another pitfall that you may encounter is end-user computing. So you need to be aware that effective risk management requires powerful tools, and that most probably Excel is not the weapon of choice.
A common pitfall include not integrating new ICT risk management practice well with existing system and not dedicating enough resources and not consciously monitoring and updating their frameworks. Typically, there is a need for ongoing oversight. Also, not having a good incident response plan, which is aligned with risk assessment and BIA, so business impact analysis, can be a challenge.
And how do you see the role of technology evolving in managing ICT risk and ensuring compliance with regulations like DORA?
Well, to be provocative, you don't necessarily need a lot of technology to manage ICT risks. But to effectively manage ICT risks, you need powerful solutions to allow you to focus on the important activities. As said before, you should automate whenever possible in order to cover at least the basics. Once these are covered, you can add additional layers of advanced or intelligent tools to help you manage your daily risks while staying informed about the future exposures.
Yeah. Of course, technology will play a key role in managing ICT risk and complying with DORA. Advanced analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence will help detect and respond to threats faster. Using cloud services and automation can make compliance easier and improve resilience. Using technology for vulnerability assessment, for example, assessing threats or regular reporting, etc., could enhance security and transparency. These technologies will help institutions stay ahead of new threats and maintain strong security.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jean.